Hello everyone, Logan from Curated Avalon, and today I have not a bird, not a plane, but a Superman fountain pen and ink set to unbox. Ferris Wheel Press kindly sent this to me to review, and today I'm going to start off with an unboxing. So this is one of 3 Superman themed sets that they carry. This is Fortress of Solitude, along with the Frozen Fortress fountain pen ink. So this is going to be their Marquise fountain pen. So it's going to be an aluminum body fountain pen, a nice metal fountain pen. And if you've been on my channel before, you'll know the metal body fountain pens are my absolute favorite. I love a good weighty pen. I love the packaging. I think this is stunning. I love the icy blue color, the gold against it. It just really pops. I am a little surprised that we don't see some kind of fountain pen in the art. Ferris Wheel Press usually is so amazing about integrating fountain pens into their artwork, but I'm thinking that's maybe a Warner Brother thing. Maybe they didn't have the creative license to play with that. Regardless, it's beautiful. We've got the DC logo, Warner Brother, and Superman's S on the back. So this is an officially licensed product. And to get into this, start from the top. Sliding open, we have the beautiful icy blue fountain pen and the Fortress of Solitude's Frozen Fortress fountain pen ink. This little bit that pops out with the ink, and this little bit that pops out with the pen. This is held in with just a couple of little elastics and should slide right out. Got a little mark right here. Let's see if just a little rubbing won't take it out. I think it's from where it was resting on the packaging. Yeah, okay. Can't see it now. I love the facets in this pen. It has a beautiful weight to it and a very lovely balance. But I'm really excited to see the grip section on this and the nib because they were both designed especially for this pen. So we have the Winding River, Superman's S, and then a Fortress of Solitude design on the grip section. Superman with the crystals. And I'd love to hear in the comment section below who your favorite Superman is. We've had quite a few at this point. I adored the cartoon and the comics when I was growing up. My dad was always a huge Superman fan. As a matter of fact, it's kind of his nickname. He was always like Superman, Thor, and a little bit of Hulk all wrapped into one. So I love this pen. I have a Marquise in black that I've used for about a year now and have thoroughly enjoyed. One thing I'm really liking with this one is this is coming nice and tight to a closure where it's lining up well with the opposing facet on the other side, so it's all machined very nicely. And one of the most luxurious details when it comes to this pen is that interior nut just peeking through once it's closed. I think that's gorgeous. And it seems to be on the smaller size for a fountain pen, but with the weight being as well balanced as it is, I've never had an issue or felt like it was ill-fitting. It has plenty of length to it and such a lovely weight. So to get started with trying this one out, I'm really excited, I will of course be using the Frozen Fortress ink. This should be a lovely high shimmer ink. Oh my goodness, look at that. And as with all shimmer inks, you want to give it a really good shake, incorporate that shimmer well. I have a Nebula notepad to write on today. And the fountain pen color, I'd say it leans a little periwinkle. Very pretty, nice softened blue. And I just love, this is one of my favorite pens as far as the tactile feel of it. It just feels amazing in the hand. Whether you're fiddling with it or writing, it just has a good feel. Getting to the ink, I'll do a swab and then a writing sample. We have that great little plastic seal keeping everything nice and tight. You want to be careful when you're opening these because it actually has a piece that goes down in there. And if you yank that too quickly, it can get kind of disastrous pretty quick. Ooh, that is a punch of color. Wow. And to fill the Marquise fountain pen, just go ahead and open it up. It comes with a converter. And I love what Ferris Wheel Press did with their converters. I don't know if anyone else has seen this with another brand. I personally haven't. But they have this little coil, kind of like a spring, on the inside to help the fountain pen ink move through the converter. So like Pilot has like the little balls on the inside, little metal balls, or sometimes companies have the little plastic balls, but Ferris Wheel Press, they have this little metal coil and it works really well. So you have a couple of ways to fill this. You can just stick just the converter on the inside and fill, or you can take a syringe and fill it like that, or pop it right back on and fill with the nib. And the benefits to nib filling is that your nib is completely inked and all ready to go. So you don't have to sit there and try to get that ink to come down through the nib. And I'm going to grab a paper towel so I can clean off that nib section real quick. And the great thing about this nib section, even though it has this very intricate design, which can easily get ink on the inside of it. You know what? I'm just gonna dunk the whole thing right now. It's very easy to clean off. You can see that ink running right off of it, bathing it in the ink. It runs right off the grip section. And what is left over, very easily wiped off. It's not going to give you a fit. All clean. Close that up for a minute and get the ink well capped. Got just a little teeny bit on the top. Definitely want to clean that off. I try to do that every time with my ink bottles. Sometimes I leave them and I pay for it later. you'll get that dried ink under the cap, and that's no good. All right, so Frozen Fortress. Such a pretty color. You can see that shimmer on the back of the nib. Pretty. All right, we might need a little bit of a start on this one. Let's see, a couple of things you can do if your nib doesn't start up right away. Obviously, we've got some ink in there. You can run it under a faucet with some warm water and get it going. You can drain it with a paper towel like I'm doing now. Or, which is a less fond way, but you can just very carefully drop the pen, nib first. You don't want to force it down, just let it lightly drop. Nice and clean. Cap it and just get this from a different angle because this ink is really pretty. All right, got the handheld camera, proving you can use this fountain pen with one hand. And who is my favorite Superman? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have a favorite. I definitely have ones that I don't like as well. But I don't know, I can't pick a favorite. I've had so many that I've enjoyed. So I'm going to go with my first Superman. And that is Cartoon Superman. How about my favorite DC superhero? All right, take a second to guess who my favorite DC superhero might be. I'll give you a hint, it's not Superman. Very close, but not Superman. This is gonna be blasphemy to write with this fountain pen, but it's actually Batman. Oh my goodness, that ink is pretty. And oh my goodness, especially that shimmer where it is piled up. Definitely more subtle in the pen. I'm going to let it dry for a little bit and come back to it because shimmer inks, they really are more gorgeous as they dry. As this ink is drying, I'm going to go ahead and mention this set of nibs that I got back when they were doing a Kickstarter. So all of these nibs are interchangeable with their fountain pens. So it's a little bit of a mess, but so I can choose what size I want to swap out in the Marquise fountain pens. I think the Bijou as well. So it's pretty cool. It has a JoWo housing on the Marquise fountain pen. So you can swap out whatever nib you really want, which I think is great. I love having the special nib, the Superman nib. It will probably stay on this pen because that's pretty fantastic. And I think this is a medium. I think they gave me like, they didn't tell me what the actual size was. It was like a millimeter measurement, I think is a medium. And I'm very happy with the line and the flow of the ink. So that's probably what it is. It's so pretty. I'm actually just gonna rip this off. Take a closer look. So it's reminding me a little bit of Tumultuous Tides, their other fountain pen ink, but it's different. It's absolutely different. It's just reminding me of it. And there's that gorgeous shimmer. I love how Ferris Wheel Press fountain pen ink just, especially if you're using a medium nib or above, you just get that impact of the shimmer so nicely. That's pretty. All right. So there we have it. The Superman Fortress of Solitude Marquise fountain pen from Ferris Wheel Press and the Frozen Fortress ink. Absolutely gorgeous. The pen, a little bit more periwinkle than I was expecting, but it's gorgeous. I love the color. I do love that from the outside of the pen, it's not screaming Superman. It's subtle. This can be, you know, your office pen. You can take this anywhere. But then you have this fantastic Superman engraving on the grip section and on that nib. And this is gold plated. So that's, you know, it's going to last. And the aircraft quality, machined aluminum on the outside, giving it that fabulous weight and balance. Thank you so much for watching.